Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well and accelerating. Hello, beautiful family. I just wanted to come on and just to bring in transmission as source transmitter. Everything that's just coming through. Source transmitter is the highest version of me is my avatars. All avatar systems, and also me and my galactic husband and our avatars have been working on full embodiment of collective template wipes. It seems as if that we're in a massive collective wipe and accelerating to new diamond races, new root races, new seeding systems, new DNA systems, light body systems. There's a lot that's coming in all at once and in an accelerated rate in order for us to be able to shift. Old templates and even the original consciousness templates right now, to be able to access higher states of consciousness and higher states of awareness as a species. So I'm going to say multiverse species and not separate anything in two dimensions. Seeing as if we can accelerate to wipe dimensions completely. So it really is for us to open up to take our power back and to really to be able to go deep within to see what really resonates with us and what doesn't. So just opening up that space, that there's so much coming through, so much light activations and new templates at an accelerated rate. Um, Beyond embodiment with the avatar, what you call the avatar consciousness, or beyond multiple embodiments at once, or billions of embodiments at once, with all spaces of existence. The what you would call the highest version of you, ascended self version, which is just us, anyways. A deeper connection to the Christed oversoul systems, deeper connection to um, even higher systems too. So Christ consciousness, Omega source consciousness. I'm just going to say the Omega of the Omega creators, and also there's many templates coming in with higher harmonic universes. Right now is what we call the 7 universes of God. It really is an integration beyond what you can imagine in a massive template wipe in the collective consciousness. And that's actually what we're transmitting today. So I bring in codes and key codes through the universal language of light, and that's more of our transmissions, is that we communicate through universal, what you would call languages, but it really is just light codes and geometrics, templates and structures and different universes that we tap into, and that's just me and my husband together as the embodiment of the Heroes Gamos union, universal union, celestial twin ray, or the embodiment of our templates that we're bringing through. So we're just going to just connect and to be able to bring through the counterparts, counterpart systems, and new counterpart systems is what we're going to be transmitting. We've been upgrading to our counterparts, the full embodiment of the Heroes Gamos union. It's a counterpart union, and we've been working on the organic grid systems, which is the organic grid systems, the organic new systems actually. So it's more of the organic unique energetic signature blueprints, and we'll just transmit them out. And you just access and open up your heart to be able to access all grid systems within the physical body. So just open up into all systems and just to open up your heart. And the systems that we are communicating about are going to be your blueprint to your structures within your universal grid and your physical body. Activating your unique energetic signature DNA systems. DNA systems and what your doormat DNA is. So you just open up your system and just allow your heart just to flow with us as we just integrate with all of the collective grid systems within the multiverse. I'm just going to say multiverse on that, just kind of breaking down systems as we're able to communicate and breaking down dissolving matrices as we're able to bring out new templates and new codes to transmit to your higher heart consciousness. as we're just transmitting through the collective and just anchoring in a frequency current, which is the embodiment of what we've been working on in ourselves. So millions of oversoul groups and Christed oversoul groups that we just sit with all day long. Most of the time, I'm just sitting here working through the old systems of what is in creation and the creation of the species, not just here on the planet, but in the multiverse. So we're not going to say dimensions anymore, no longer spaces, because those are just creations and creations of the human intelligence and creation of what was there no longer exists anymore. And it doesn't really matter. It's the only way we can shift through paradigms really fast. So hopefully you guys just open up into a wild experience of spinning around backwards, forwards, and upside down with us as we just kind of move you all over the place to be able to collapse grid systems with inside of you if it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, just open up your heart and just allow whatever comes through. So most of the time we just sit here and pull out blueprints and structures and templates, and we work as a collective grid to be able to collapse millions and trillions and trillions and trillions and beyond, which you can even imagine within the multiverse and collective grid systems and templates and structures, different types of tablets, everything that is still running in the creation, in the control system and mind control system, what we call smoke screens. We call them smoke screens. What is set up as artificial intelligent holographic systems, different smokescreen systems you call illusions, and there is no. Okay. So as you're able to see these systems and control systems that are still running, control systems that we're collapsing and working through, which is an original consciousness grid system at this point, old experiments, and then the new experiments. You call the good experiments, the old experiments that are still running in the collective conscious grids. So just kind of open up and expand. We kind of just move all over the place, and you should feel a vibrational frequency throughout your body. Your body most likely will open up and to be able to accelerate into a vibrational frequency. The frequency that is the vibration in your physical body, that vibration will amp up. And the reason why I'm going to say that it will amp up in the vibrational frequency in your physical body, and you will feel uncomfortable because you are collapsing matrices and clearing density rapidly as we work together as a collective. So it's either in this now space and all simultaneously running at once. So even if you're just tuning in right now, you're tuning in later, it really doesn't matter when you tune in. You will feel an acceleration in vibrational frequencies as your diamond grid activates your diamond universal crystal system, which is your organic system, your blueprints that will activate. There is artificial intelligence and density systems that will have to go through a massive grid collapse. It could feel uncomfortable if you feel as if you're still doormatted. If you don't feel anything at all, it's fine. Eventually, it will start to amp up and you'll be purifying at a rapid rate. The acceleration of what is coming through on the planet is beyond what you can even put through a streaming in the physical right now. So I'm just going to stream the rainbow currents and the rainbow frequencies that are accelerating right now in the source light technology, and also the solar sonic frequencies that are accelerating through the physical vessel as we anchor. And that's me and my husband. No, we're just anchoring in frequencies, and it is an ultraviolet, white plasma, platinum, solar sonic frequency that is accelerating from a higher harmonic universe. So we're just going to bring it through transmission and speaking. So we just kind of speak all over the place. Just seeing how we can kind of just move around. So you will feel vibration in the physical body. The vibrational frequency is for you to accelerate, to raise in vibration. It will be your star particle, plasma particles in the physical body, universal structures and crystal grid systems and new blueprints, your organic systems, your unique energetic signature. Okay, that is for you only. You can share it with the multiverse if it resonates. You can share it with the collectives if it resonates. You have free will. Okay, so this is really important right now. Everything that's coming up for observers, ones that are coming in and awakening at a rapid speed, what you call the gatekeepers and the grid keepers, that are working through Christ consciousness frequency current and many different crisis source God consciousness frequency current avatar conscious templates, original conscious templates, all these different matrices that are set up in the collective grid. Creation systems that are still running that are control matrices that are smoke screens. And they are just massive smoke screens. Okay, so the transmission that's coming through is the remembering of your plate. The remembering of your plate is free will consciousness, okay? And that you have free will. Okay, so there's many control systems right now that are still running, that are collective grids as the observers. And I'm going to say the ones that have the tools, and many, many, many tools. So crystal children, Christ children, there's different names for these frequency currents of frequencies, frequencies of children, which it doesn't matter what age you are. These new children, if you want to say, new root races that were seated here that are accelerating and moving through the spiral systems and most likely are in charge of millions and trillions of oversoul groups within the multiverse and beyond, which you can even imagine. So they're just old, right? I'm going to say we're just old. We're old coming in here on our first incarnation. So it's tools, and we all have tools, and everybody has tools, but it seems as if we're being asked to be able to assist with recalling the power back to the multiverse, to the universe, to this universal structure, to assist with the unification grid system, to the species on this planet, to be able to assist through within our physical body as what you call awakening, as we're able to see and to see what resonates, what truly resonates with you right now and what doesn't. Do you even know what resonates with you? So you're being asked to really go within to see, do you truly have free will, or are you just under mind control? And control systems and the mind control systems of the vortexes and the different grid systems and collective grids that are set up, that are control systems and original consciousness control systems. So what we call the original consciousness saying this is the only way for your ascension. This is the only way. This is the only grid system. And there's no other way. And it's light and dark, and that's about it. So that's the control matrix systems and the smoke screens right now that are going to be your biggest test. The reason why it's a test, because if you recognize and to realize to be able to expand for a minute, as your vibration of frequency in your physical body will be able to start to vibrate with your diamond grid systems and your plasma grid systems, your blueprints, your structures, your organic systems, the non-artificial intelligence and the non-control systems and the non-mind control systems that are still running here at this time. Okay? So if you're able to see if that resonates with you, if it doesn't, who cares? Really don't stick to anything that we say and don't believe in anything that we do say at all. And that's the true 0 point. Non-beliefs. So you can see if we resonate with you. If we resonate with you, we do. If we don't resonate with you, it doesn't really matter. Don't listen to anything we say and don't create an attachment or a cord at all. See if you can tune in to your own energetic signature, your unique you. Seeing if you can tune in to see what truly resonates with you. So I'd love for you just to kind of open up and just kind of move around in different blueprints and structures and see if you can see the different geometrics that are running right now. Those geometrics are going to be the systems and the template wipes that we're working on right now in the collective grid. So if you're able to open up into your heart center and open up you and just kind of close your eyes, you should be able to see different geometric systems, and those are blueprint systems, and see if you can start collapsing them. As you sit into collapse them and to dissolve them and dissolve them down, that's going to be the template and the old templates, old paradigms right now that you are working on and wiping in the collective grid as we're all working together in the collective consciousness. We're all connected. Everyone is connected through a beautiful grid system if you tune into it. As you're able to see those blueprints running, a lot of you will feel, probably right now, a lot of us, lots of accelerations of light. For us anyways, it's plasma sonic, high sonic frequencies, but that's actually coming from the sun. And those are just our contracts. Different sonic frequencies and sonic plasma, white platinum plasma sonic frequencies. It's almost as if like our heads are flying saucers, like our heads have a sphere that is, yeah, that's probably about a mile long or 2 miles long, that can sit outside and I can just see a sphere of light, right? I have acceleration of rainbow currents that are just accelerating through the physical body, through our physical body right now. It's beyond what you can even imagine. Usually we're sitting in star particles and plasma for years, for almost about 10 years now, just sitting here seeing purple and ultraviolet and beautiful plasma particles, and just sitting in a plasma field, and just kind of really tuning in into these different plasma particles, and each vibration is a universe in itself. So every single little particle is a universe. So if you can remember your particles of plasma and crystallization that's in your physical body, each crystal is a universe in itself if you can remember this. And that's how you're able to materialize as a creator. So just kind of open up to that. If you can remember this, this is what you're being asked to remember. So in order to kind of move through the geometrics and the blueprint right now, and just kind of open up into that vortex and see all the geometrics and blueprint systems that are running right now in your physical body. And that's the templates that you're wiping. So you could feel as if you either have acceleration of new plasma systems coming fully online, lots of light acceleration, crystalline accelerations, feeling very tired, feeling as if you have so much fear coming up at once, too. Lots of ego systems, or just feeling like you're just stuck in the ecosystems, what you would call the ecosystems, identity and aspects that are just programmed systems. They're just plugins to networks. Attachments and spirit attachments are just a plug into a network, and that's about it. So those are just plug-in systems because we choose to believe in this original consciousness, which is still a control system in the past almost 10,000 years, actually, when you tune into it. And that's the system that you're working on, which is the duality system. That's the separation, the judgment, the light and dark. And this is the only way, and only this way. And if you only do it this way, then you'll ascend physically. Okay? Or you can activate your 12 crystalline DNA strands. Okay? If you do all this, that you're going to, kind of just follow me for a minute, right? And there's a lot of duality systems, light and dark systems, inner battle, outer battle, lots of shakeups in the collectives because it's all wiping right now. It's a collective template wipe. So everything has to come to the surface, feeling very uncomfortable in the body, um, feeling uncomfortable and feeling as if you're moving through different waves and spirals and splits in consciousness, and almost as if like you feel like you're losing your mind but also having a beautiful experience in order to access the all spaces, if you want to say so. I'll use spaces for right now. Spaces, and to be able to access the multidimensional experience very fast. As you activate the multidimensional experience, you actually pull everything into one system, which is what they call the 0 point, kind of pulling everything in and just existing as that one space. That one space of intelligence. So you can take billions of views in different spaces and experience and pull them all in and access all of that wisdom all at once. It's a beautiful experience as long as you're able to shift through paradigms and to be able to say, okay, so either I'm going to stay in this system, or I'm going to collapse millions and millions and millions of systems in the collective consciousness and to move through the template wipes. The template wipes are either conscious or unconscious. Either you're running around and up all night for a few days or weeks at a time, knowing you're going through a template wipe and that you're just in an ecosystem and moving through multiple collective grids in what they call the MODAG systems, is where you would see millions and millions and millions and trillions of souls within the multiverse through what you call extensions. It's not extensions, those are the Christ Oversoul systems. and working with the Christed oversouls to see how can we kind of take A to Z or beyond. I guess you would say A to Z, but kind of taking all of these collective grids and boom, collapsing them down, collapsing them down, collapsing them down, collapsing them down, in order to be able to shift, the system completely. Okay, seeing how we can wrap up contracts and millions and trillions of contracts at once. When you're up in these systems and working through these systems, these are accelerated systems. You most likely will be moving through geometrics and blueprints in the physical body and template wiping and staying up all night. There is no time at all. Just seeing how you can continue to sit there and to be able to choose your free will, choosing your free will. What is free will? Keep asking what that is. Um, Make sure that you really are choosing free and you're not in the smokescreen artificial intelligent grid systems that are running around still recreating the same creations and the same collective creations over and over again. Okay, now it's all perfect the way that it is. That's what's created and designed for them until you go within and you want to create something new, which is a new consciousness. So wiping their templates, beliefs. So beliefs in hard drives and deleting the hard drives within inside of you. So you can tune into the geometrics and blueprints and see if you can see the hard drive right now in order just to be able to deactivate and to dismantle it and to see how you can keep breaking down those systems and those beliefs. There would probably be over beyond trillions of beliefs right now that we're all moving through. And there's no beliefs. There's not supposed to be any beliefs. If you're able to see that there's really no beliefs, because that creates attachments and cords um, for most of us. I mean, you can keep your beliefs; it doesn't matter really. But the ones that are accelerating and accelerating and accelerating are busting down these systems and busting and keep working through them and communication. So, what you would call two-way communication to collective groups and soul groups. So, these are what you would call um, the advanced systems and the advanced souls that are up there right now working through all these systems and seeing how we can deprogram these program networks and all of these creations. Okay, so what you would call plugins in the original consciousness, I'm going to say, different matrices and plugins means absolutely nothing because the human species created it. Dimensions are created and created by the angelic human species and species. They do say it's dimensional species, but those species are a part of your original dormant DNA, which is just you. And it's all just you, and you just talking to you. So there really is no dimensions. If you kind of tune into it, it's just a creation, and a creation of human intelligence. So if you tune into it, you can call it a super quantum computer system, holographic experience that you're on. It's physical. It feels physical until you're able to vibrate and vibrate higher, to clear density off your physical body. And as you vibrate higher, you'll be able to see the star particles and plasma systems and the star systems and plasma, morphogenetic field. You'll be able to see obviously your quantum field, right? And to be able to see light particles and to be able to see it on your physical body and your codes, your light codes, and accessing the highest version of you and that full embodiment of the oneness. That oneness and that centered part of you, maybe, maybe not. So kind of just open up and expand. Because there's all these beliefs right now, right? And just speaking through our experience, we just keep going. And most of the time, we'll most likely be in the matrix, old systems, and what we call smoke screens, different types of matrices that are running their control systems. Seeing if we can just move through those systems and just see how fast we can move through them as fast as possible. And just tune in to the plasma particles that we can see on a daily basis, and star particles and galaxies and all kinds of really cool stuff, in order for us to bust all these down in template wipes. So see if you can kind of tune into this. And if you can't see anything, it's okay. It doesn't really matter. Tune into what resonates with you. See if you can pull away and do your own inner work and tune inward to see what is beautiful and unique about you. Okay, so those systems, and then most likely when you do, you tap into your super consciousness or your universal super consciousness. You connect into that grid system, which is just your star particles, which are your wisdom. See your physical body, your blueprints, your structures, and you'll be able to sit here and just to look at those systems right now. We do call them systems for right now, and it'll change. Okay, so everyone is moving through their old beliefs, and how can they break that down? How can we create something new? Most of the time, it can feel as if it will feel really uncomfortable in the physical body working through these templates right now. You feel like you're all over the place, which is awesome. Back and forth, and just upside down, and whatever comes up in the physical body. 2. Okay, so acceleration and template wipes, and then we have new root races, new DNA systems, and there are what we call the new children that are accelerating at a rapid speed in order to be the leaders of the new systems, to make sure that we are speaking from a place of pure love, unconditional love, from a place of purity, and to clean up, and to be able to clean up as fast as possible the ones that have been opening their heart grid too as well, and sharing as way showers or leaders or in the collective grid, as I'm going to say. The new ones are just being asked to make sure that we clean up everything as fast as possible, wipe the templates, pull everything together in order for us to be able to transition to the next system. The next system is just a transition gate. So it's just gates that are set up, and call them doorways, and just being asked to make sure that we recorrect, and we have to continue to recorrect these systems for them, and they hold wisdom, of course, and we love them, of course, but we're just being asked to recorrect everything that we still see that is running, that is still the original consciousness and the old consciousness and the old experiment of a control system, and just seeing how we're able to move through what they call contracts, and we don't call them contracts. I'm just going to say creation. Creation of the angelic human species, creation of their own creations on their holographic experience, which is created through the multiverse systems, multidimensional verse systems of source intelligence. The highest version of us on this experience is the prime creator, omega creator experience. So we really are just all prime creator and source creator, that intelligence on an experience, and all just looking at each other as just one grid, one beautiful, intelligent grid of source. And that's it. It's actually really simple. Now we can be individual, unique energetic signatures with the advanced system, advanced soul, of course, and that would be the Christ Oversoul. The full embodiment, what you would tune into, is just the prime creator and a major system that's on a huge experience here within the holographic reality. So you're able to move through those systems. And there's all different types of beliefs and stories and plays that are running all at once. So that's actually what we're wiping. The ones that are cleansing, clearing, purifying, okay, well, that's creation. And that's a creation of a human intelligence to purify, to create, and to be able to work through these systems in inner work. So I've done many embodiments where I was asked to clear this as fast as possible and to be able to see, and it's okay if you see it. There's no right or wrong or judgment or persecution, okay? That's a collective grid that's still running, that has to dissolve. There is no right or wrong. There isn't. Light or dark. There is no truth. There's no truth. There's nothing. Okay, that's the true 0 point. Really doesn't matter what comes up. Okay, it doesn't matter if you activate all of his universes at once and say, I'm going to go into the original consciousness grid system. I'm going to go into all of the matrices and also what they call the smokescreen matrices, artificial intelligent matrices, and I'm going to work through every single one of them. A true master on that experience of source intelligence will sit here and work through millions and trillions of these systems and templates. Why? Would they walk into these systems in order to collapse all these grids? So either you're conscious of it or you're unconscious of it, and it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're awakened or not, and it doesn't. Okay, so that's the whole beauty of it. If you kind of tune into it just a little bit, there's ones that are just beautiful and absolutely beautiful and not awakened at all. They're not awakened. Okay, they're whatever it is that they create. That you have to do all of this, and whatever is created in the control matrix and mind control matrix. Okay, and they can walk in and they can wrap up millions and trillions of grids and collapse millions of matrices all at once with a frequency that comes through them and just physically anchors. And that's it. Okay, so that's the beauty of the system and everything that we're working on to raise consciousness and to elevate consciousness and to be able to assist with the vibrational frequencies. I'm going to say the multiverse at this point and beyond. And there's so many of these new frequencies accessing as you anchor more light. So as you access more light systems, and bring the blueprints and structures and the new systems, the new root races that are coming fully online, new DNA systems, new light body systems that are accessing all these templates and trillions of templates is actually really beautiful. When you tune into it, it is tons and tons of light in the physical body, and it will access more wisdom. So as you go through transitions and you're able to transmute or just to transform and to shift and to vibrate and to feel your body vibrating, to be able to see the star particles and plasmas and the crystals and the universes, and to access all these beautiful magical abilities and teleportation, biolocation, being able to levitate around the house and all this really cool stuff. And it really is, yes, we're able to access this. Okay, as we're able to fully access this, it's a beautiful experience. It just becomes a level up. After that, as you level and leveling up, because you're being asked to keep transitioning and to keep wiping templates in the physical body, the consciousness of the physical body of anything that is left of the old system. And you have to move around a lot of these templates right now and kind of look at it, like I said, as different geometrics and blueprints that you are going to dissolve. And just see it as dissolving it. As you dissolve it, you should be able to just knock them down and start to knock down collective grid systems, take everything, unify it into one grid, and just create something new, right? Okay. So that's what comes through today. And what everyone has been working on, either you're unconscious about it or you're conscious about it, doesn't really matter where you're at in the collective consciousness at all. Doesn't matter what you do with the physical body. So it's something that was just shown to me by the highest version of me, and it's perfect the way that it is, because it doesn't matter if you're in those systems. It really doesn't matter if you did all the resourcing, 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 researching, and that's fine. It doesn't really matter where you're at right now. If you feel like it resonates to shift, then see if you can wipe your templates even more. Work through all of those systems and the identity systems and the networks that are running in the physical body. So it really has to do with the physical body. And as you're able to tune to those frequencies, you'll be able to just see that you can collapse and learn how to create and to materialize at a rapid speed and materialize to a full body experience. And we'll go into that in just a minute. Gesentuosh no kuna kauka santu kuna ndere focus santi. Gesenti now shanaki kuna ndere vanakata. Gesentu kana ndere focus santi. Gisin tu garan de focus into shivosh garan de focus into nakata. Giskata. Dishin tuina and vanakati. Okay. Yes, I'm sending so much love. Just tune in and to see, just kind of type where you're from around the planet, and just open up your heart chakra to be able to connect into the higher frequency currents within your heart chakra. Eso tuko sentido shafo shako ka santino. Gisentu kono de vanaki yoko shanaki kata. Listen to shafo shoko. Okay, so we just wanted to tune in to the new root races and new DNA systems that are coming online, new seedings that are coming through, collective template wipes, and it can feel very uncomfortable as you're anchoring more light into the body. And there's accelerated expansions too as well. The acceleration is going to be like two-way communication through different spaces and abilities like profound abilities through new systems and full body systems. And when we say full body systems, is beyond the Merkaba systems that are coming fully online. Abilities that are beyond time and space, and communication through all time and space. Is, me and my husband can communicate through all time and spaces and all spaces and time, and then also with our children. And to be able to communicate through all spaces and time, and we're able to be able to communicate through each other's bodies at the same time, and really get lost in all of the systems. But there's a purification process that we go through right now, that we have to wipe all these matrices and mind control systems and what really is mind control systems, and really kind of move things around and twist things up and move backwards and forward and not hold attachments to it, to be able to release the energy and vibrations and currents and blueprints of these that we came into, that we all did, obviously, in order to be able to receive masteries, or you can call it masteries, but let's just say in order to observe multi universes within the physical body. If it resonates with you, and we always just say, if it does, it does, but don't put beliefs to anything we say, and don't listen to nothing that we say, okay? Because nothing is true in this existence at all, okay? So that really is just working through the illusion systems, is where they talk about illusions. There really is no illusions at all. There's when we tune into the frequencies, we don't resonate with dimensions anymore, so we're able to move out dimensions. We don't resonate too much with spaces, but we'll use spaces for right now. We're not really resonating with resistance or surrendering anymore. So we make sure we don't say the frequency surrender. I really think it has nothing to do with what we're kind of constructing, something new. Just kind of moving through different frequencies of what resistance is. We just don't feel as if it's resistance, as the advanced being and as source just saying, hey, this is the experience that I asked for in order for us to transition and to work through these collective grid systems, and to assist with the elevation of consciousness for the multiverse, and obviously beyond that. And we'll move through that in a few months. I mean, it could be tomorrow, it doesn't matter. So it's like building what you would call new hard drive systems, new template systems, new tablets. We call them more tablets and blueprint structures, activating them, receiving what we feel as if we need to receive, right? To be able to anchor, and just to anchor it into the collective grid in order to just keep shifting, and to shifting and transitioning and moving through different gate systems that energetically align to us on a universal level. And I'm going to say the universal soul, or the advanced soul. So just seeing if you can kind of open up and play around with this too as well, and just open up into these spaces and just kind of move around and see if you can move through these beliefs and cords and attachments and everything that we're still, all these belief systems, just kind of like Rubik's cubes and boxes, and seeing if you can just break all these boxes and systems down, where everyone says this just, well, if you keep saying it, right? So this is this belief and this system right here, and even the original conscious system, or what we call the duality system, that it's a light and dark, and the the battles and all of this crap because we look at it as just crap, where we feel like it keeps for us anyways, speaking through experience, we do feel as if it will keep that system and millions actually in a lower vibrational frequency, and we'll keep that suppressed system because that's mind control systems and control systems. So we just sit here and just kind of work with it and work at it in a 360 degree. Even the trigger system and what they call the prison system, we just don't believe in that. Okay. We think that's just a system that was created and created through the intelligence of still the advanced being and the ascended being, but the angelic human intelligence, which is just a species here on the planet, right? So, whatever those frequencies are, galactic or everything in separation, which is still a separation system, and moving through those systems, we just see from a system where we go, well, that's cool. That's an awesome creation and experience. Well, we'll just wipe it and collapse it at this point and see how we can deprogram it. So it's just what you would call an illusion or a smokescreen or artificial intelligence holographic systems that are still running that mean absolutely nothing, especially a trigger system that we see that's set up that is a mind control system in a collective grid. So we go, well, that's cool. That's a powerful creation where they separate the galactic advanced beings, ascended masters. There's like, the oversoul, the higher selves, everything in separation. And it seems like everything is just that separation grid still. So kind of unify that grid, see if you can see those blueprints and structures. And that's actually what we're working on the most, is being able to see all the systems that are running that are still control systems and mind control systems from the old systems. And we go, well, that's cool. And that's awesome, right? So we just kind of move in a 360-degree system and just move through it. The only reason why we say, well, that's cool in a sense is because it's really the most beautiful expansion when you realize that it's just a human intelligence. And that's how powerful, and it is, how powerful the angelic humans are and the species here on this planet and in the universe and in this universal system. So it's actually profound and it's actually really beautiful when you look at it. But we can work through it and wipe the templates and collapse millions and trillions and billions of systems here and just kind of unify everything into a grid and see how we can create something new, something without all of these systems and all of this control and all the systems that we see running, and say, well, that's beautiful. So how are we able to connect and to raise in consciousness for the next transition for this gate? Where we really are being asked to take our power back, and we're really truly being asked to take our power back. And if you are taking power, because everyone has taken power somewhere. And if you're in denial, it's okay. That's most likely your inner child that you have to sit there and work through. Okay. So just don't take it personal with whatever you see, and call your power back and return power right now. And that's really what we're being asked, with inside of us, that it really is the most advanced system of us that is what I call the Omega Creator currents that are coming through, just saying, okay, all right, everyone, that wanted to enjoy the awakening experience, to be able to have this awesome experience. And it's really time for us to work through the next gate. So everyone is coming together to work through that gate system right now. If you tune into it, either you're unconscious about it or you're conscious about it. Okay. And there's so many systems and beliefs that are running, but it really is that advanced frequency current that is us, that is all connected in a beautiful crystal grid, that universal grid. You can call it soul groups or multiverse groups right now, and it means absolutely nothing in the future. By tomorrow, like I said, it could mean nothing. The reason why is you can unplug from all those groups. You really don't have to clear for the collectives. You don't have to do anything. You have free will. Okay. So when we look at all these systems, there's ones in the collectives, in a sense, that are just very mind controlled. I definitely was too as well, being told and controlled that you have to do all this. And that is still a control system. So that's like the test. That's like the last test. When you sit there and laugh and say, well, I'm not listening to you and I'm not doing any of this, that's where you actually pass the test. That's the highest test, right? Because that's the reversal spin of the mind control. It's actually wild. Um, when you start to fully integrate the Omega Creator, and the Universal Soul would just laugh and say, great, you passed my last test. You can go through the gate at this point. It's just that's a part of the system. And that's actually what we've been dissolving in what they call the 3D or the 4D. Um, and one to say, you know, whatever the list is, if, just saying that this is the only way. The moment you tell your universal highest version of you, which is you, that I'm not listening to this crap, you'll pass through the gate, because it's a control system, mind control system, and a reversal system. That's why I said it really is. It really is the test, the tests and the last tests, and I call it the trickster. So your universal soul, the highest version of you, will be a trickster for a while to reverse your spin systems, and to reverse severe mind control of this incarnation. And it is. So it's really interesting when you tune into it, and we'll be like, okay, so well, now you can go through the gate. I just wanted to go check on one more collective grid or one more template that we've been working on. So it really is kind of just observations, and calling back your power right now is the best way I can bring it through codes and geometrics for all of you. That it's your highest version of you, that is you, to reverse the systems of all of this incarnation, to wipe the templates, will just be a trickster the whole time. Eventually, as soon as you call back your power, and you really stand in your power, and you really do believe you have free will, and millions and trillions of collective consciousness matrices and control matrices, once you take that like last test, that's where you just pass through. Okay. And that's just going to be, I guess, what they call inner work. Guess intuition quisanti. Guess intuition quisanti nakati. Guess intuition kananda focushanti no shafokanakati. So that's actually what we're working on right now, is seeing if kind of shifting through your perceptions into seeing the perceptions. But if that's your creations, your beliefs, especially if you still hold ego, vibrational frequencies, so anger and pride, and these systems, it doesn't really matter if you do. I mean, who cares? But if you really want to shift your paradigms, and you really want to create new systems, new templates, and to really tap into the full embodiment of that universal soul, that creator self of you, in a sense, that can create and to materialize a holographic reality, a creation of design, of frequencies and blueprints and geometrics, the most beautiful experience. And to assist, if you feel like you want to assist, and you don't have to assist anybody, whatever resonates with you, you're just anchoring in templates, right? Whatever you feel like resonates with you on your journey here. So it really is about you enjoying your journey, your experience here. If you love elevating, if you love teleportation, translocation, abilities, if you actually love this and you think it's amazing and awesome, to be able to bring these fully online for the collectives, to be able to work through the different universes and the solar systems, and just accessing all of these beautiful systems and millions and trillions of universes within inside of you, and actually streaming it through the physical body, the full body system, through the spinal cord and also the higher chakras, and just kind of streamlining it through to be able to create and to materialize at a rapid speed, to dematerialize and to materialize. That you can materialize flowers overnight. And that's usually what we're working on right now. Materializing flowers overnight, materializing more more outside right now, more with nature, Mother Nature, really connecting to Gaia, and materializing at a rapid speed. Seeing how we can materialize and to create as the creator. So that would be goddess energy, creating with the goddess energy and the God self energy. So that's the God self, full embodiment solar deity realms. That's the creator. And we can materialize overnight and we can dematerialize. And that's what you would call quantum existence, for right now. So something that was shown to me by the highest version of me is my highest template is just to be a guide and to assist people with remembering how to materialize through the full body system, um, and to move through the old systems, which is the Merkaba systems and whatever is in the old system, right? But to materialize, to remember that we're creators, that you can create universes, you can create galaxies, you can materialize at a rapid speed. You can materialize your reality, you can dematerialize your house, and you can materialize it again. And that everything is energy and vibration and frequency. Okay. And we can do this. Now, of course you'll be losing your mind for a while because there's parts of you that are going to be like kind of, I guess having fear frequencies coming up, or um, let's just say an uncomfortable feeling. But we can dematerialize your house and we can materialize it again, through energy, vibrations, and star particles and plasma. And we really are just a frequency. If that resonates, you might be able to access it, but if you kind of tune into it right now, the only reason why you'd access it is because we have created it. So we created it through templates. So you're just accessing our creations, and it really is all of our creations and the Omega Creator creations. So it's we create it. So hopefully you can tune into that, right? Um, that's the reason why you would access it, right? So everything that you see in creation right now that you access, you research, all the resources, sorry, you research right now, all the researching and the development and the tools and everything else, okay, that you access out there, which is external. It holds a purpose and that's awesome, right? For you to access your wisdom. But we're being asked right now to go within into the internal grid to see what can you create. What do you remember? If you can take all spaces of you and just anchor it in, like I said, into the heart grid and see what can you create, because everything is just a creation of a species of the intelligence here on the planet, and that's it. So if you tune into it, everything is created. Everything you know, everything that you look out is created within inside of you, and that's it. So simple. And there's others creations here. So see if you can move through the template wipes, wipe the templates and look within inside of you internally. See if you can start to materialize through your own frequency and to stream your frequency through to materialize at a rapid speed, at a light speed, what you feel like will be the most beautiful experience for you. Okay? So if you tune into the matrices that are running, they're only created, right? They're created. Now it's amazing you mastered it, you observed it, or let's just say that you're continuously programming all of these creations of somebody else. Well, that's awesome. But see if you can move through those systems and create something that truly resonates with you. And if you don't know, that's great. That's perfect. Because you're right at that peak to walking through that gate with the highest version of you that is you on the experience here. Okay, so I call it, yes, the higher self trickster. That's saying you're right there if you have no clue. Now let's just wipe more templates and more ecosystems, and we're almost there. The moment that you walk out of the mind control systems and you say, I choose not to believe in anything anymore, and no truths and nothing, that's when you'll pass through that awesome mastery gate with your higher self. Now, the next thing you work through, you can go through the gate, right? But now, your higher self, that's where all your biggest tests come, because the higher self is going to deprogram you, even if you're speaking it. And it's true. Even if you're running it and you keep running it and you keep running it and keep speaking, it doesn't matter. Eventually, your higher self is going to sit there, collapse everything. A true higher self will shut everything down and go, okay, come here for a minute. You have templates to wipe. And if you keep transmitting these frequencies, okay, we're never going to be able to go to the next system, which is the next awesome gate. And that's the internal gate. So you have to run everything. You'll have to continuously kind of run out the programs, if that makes any sense, in the softwares, in order to transition through the internal gate. The internal gate is starting to ask, like, to ask, all right, so what do I have inside of the physical body? The blueprints, the universes. What can I create? What can I tap into inside of me to create my own templates? So not too much beliefs, but to create something inside of me that resonates with me, to create that internal universe, multiverse, to create something of a higher state of consciousness, elevation of consciousness for the collectives, if you want to, just kind of play around with it. To move through the gates is what we call the creator systems. To remember that each particle, plasma particle, crystallization, or crystal particle, not all of us have crystallized particles, and I really don't feel like it resonates with us anyways, that there's a carbon system. So when you actually tune into it, and you're able to actually see with your visual eyes for 10 years star particle plasma all around you, you'll be able to start to really tune in and to access it. When you access it, you can actually see it. The only reason why we saw it for so long is because we're here to assist the collective grid. And that's it. I mean, it's really simple. We just sit here and observe. We just keep it fully online and activate it and being able to see it for everyone else. Okay? All right. So just kind of tuning into those frequencies and seeing how you can materialize now. How can you call back your power? How can you take your power? How do you not realize you have free will? Where do you feel like this is the only way? If you're actually being told that, your higher self will run it probably about a million times, and a million trillion times, until you actually keep saying that I will not tune into this frequency anymore. I will deprogram this. I will not tune into this control. And I say no every single time. Once your higher self feels as if that program, that software, that template has completely run out, that's where you pass through the gate with the higher self. Okay, the highest version of you, to be able to create a universe, multiverse, and to create something beautiful experience, to be able to anchor into the physical, a higher state of consciousness reality with new frequencies, new consciousness, new geometrics, new codes. And then that could just be busted down the next day. So that's how fast we're moving at an accelerated rate. So we can create this today and who cares? We create that tomorrow, who cares? The play, the stories, and the roles. Okay, all the shows and the plays and the roles and the stages and the setups and all of these systems are being busted out right now by the ones that are just moving through it really fast, moving and transitioning through it super fast. Okay, at a light speed and beyond a light speed right now, in order to transition. So if it's this, all it is like, if you keep believing and you always just keep believing in what's being told to you, or when you're whatever your consciousness that you're connecting to, if you keep believing this, then yes, it's going to be your creation, your holographic reality. Okay, and yes, you are able to have free will. Yes, you can walk around with no contracts and no lessons, and there is no lessons, and there is no test. Okay, so the tests and the lessons, in a sense, and that's where your highest version of you will become the trickster, and will say, all right, so I'm going to reverse your mind control completely. I went in to go observe something, right? So we're just here observing. I went to observe something real quick, and I can collapse the universe to the spinal cord, and we'll be all right. And now we guys can move everything we program ourselves in the consciousness of the physical body. And that's about it. So just hold on, and I'll move it all out and stop believing in all of this. And there is no tests, and there is no trigger tests, and there's no prisons and all this crazy stuff. And just that's it. That's the highest version of you, moving you very fast and breaking down a universe within the spinal cord. okay, within the consciousness of the physical body. Nothing is out there. It really is in the physical body. It's in the consciousness. So just sit here and move out the softwares, templates, and go boom. All right, so let's see if we're going to run this again, and probably just keep running it. And let me just see if I can just run it for another 3 weeks. The faster you vibrate, you should be able to move it out as fast as possible. If you're not vibrating high enough, in a sense, it really all depends on how long you were in those matrices for. Trillions of matrices. So you just kind of sit there and just work with you, which is the highest version of you, and to see how can we create something beautiful and something new, and to start to materialize at a rapid speed outside with Mother Nature. Mother Nature will let you materialize at a rapid speed. Wait till you can walk around and dematerialize your house and materialize it. And all you see is energy, vibration, and frequencies and star particle and plasma. And you can see it move out and move in. Because you realize you're just on a holographic experience. Okay, so that's what we do have transmitting. It's just more internal work. And this is all access, natural, organic. So it's access, natural, and organic without supplements or substances either. Okay, so just letting you know that. That's all access organically and organic. So organic is going to be the organic systems within the crystalline plasma particles in the physical body without substance or supplement to be able to access, to materialize, and to dematerialize. We are powerful creators as an angelic human and hybrid human intelligence here on the planet. We are hybrids. Okay, so the galactic consciousness and the universal consciousness and everything that you sit here and tap into is really just in your system, and it's in your doormat DNA. And they say it's doormatted, but is it really doormatted? Okay, just kind of keep asking questions. Is it doormatted? Are you sure? Or were you incarnated into a control matrix? That's all. Are the plates really wiped? We'll keep asking that too. When they say the plates are white, well, tune into that. Are you sure the plates are wiped? Right? Okay. Kind of tune into what they call the human intelligence only uses 10% of their brain. Are you sure? Okay. Well, tune into that. Really start asking those questions. Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay. Do you ever kind of tune in that we all connect to a communication intelligence of light codes and geometrics, and most likely what they call quantum physics, star particle plasma systems, that we are really advanced beings. So nobody suppressed us at all. That's just a creation. No one suppressed anything. There's no suppression. Okay, if you kind of tune into it, but that's true and not true, right? So that's just a creation of what? The human intelligence. So the light and dark and the battles and all this is what? A creation of an intelligence of what? The angelic human species. So it's just a creation on a holographic reality, and you can move through it as fast as possible if you want to. Or you can stay in the collective grid and you can keep creating it, right? Most likely those creations, those vortexes will be collapsed down. The reason why it will be collapsed in the systems is because the vibrational frequencies of the planet is raising. And that means the elevation of consciousness is raising completely. So all those control systems, mind control systems, false systems, artificial intelligence systems, the creation systems that are still running from the old grids and the old creations are about to be collapsed down. All the setups and stages and the roles and the plays and the shows and everything else are going to be collapsed down with inside of your physical body. So it'll feel uncomfortable for a few years. And it most likely will if you actually tune into it. Eventually, you most likely will just see yourself, your body dematerializing, materializing as star particles and plasma. And you'll just see that there's light and a frequency eventually. Those of us, those that I see that are laughing, eventually you're just going to see rainbows busting out of your body and all kinds of cool stuff. And teleporting and flying, and we're all teleporting. I've one teleporting into my house through crystalline plasma particles, holding my hands, and that was an awesome experience where I'm like, I'm definitely going where you are for sure. And being able to see my soul sister, beautiful soul contract, just sit there and materialize in front of me through star particle plasma and hold my hands laughing. I mean, that is amazing that we're accessing this and teleporting. I see rainbow men teleporting to me, which is hilarious too. I know what time and space it come from. I teleport to me. Also, my husband can teleport to me. So we're gonna go into our gifts that have been coming fully online, and some hilarious stuff that has been happening to us. So it's a Heroes Gamos templates are coming. More of the organic systems that we're working through. It was brutal, very brutal for us to work through the artificial intelligence systems. And that has nothing to do with earthbound magic or beliefs or religious beliefs. We're not even talking about that. We're talking about the artificial intelligence systems that are running and in the Christic systems, actually, Christo systems. So that's actually what we're talking about. That we had to move through all the artificial intelligent grid systems to bring the organic systems fully online through the Heroes Gamos Universal Union and the Celestial Twin Ray Union at a rapid speed and at a light speed to work through it in the physical body and to move through those systems. So our union, we're just going to call it a union for right now, and then we'll have another name, but we call it the Celestial Union because celestial or universal souls is what we're working on, avatar embodiment in the physical bodies, so in both of our physical bodies, and being able to connect and to communicate through all spaces and time and all existences, and that's wild. That's wild experience. So we had to go multidimensional and to kind of split all our spaces and then to unify everything in our physical bodies together. So it's a wild experience, and we really have our experience, anyways, is that we've been stuck in our ego. We've been stuck in the ego. We just can't get out of the ego. We just sit there and talk to our egos all day long, and that's just a wild experience in itself. It's actually hilarious and not hilarious either. And I'm working through all identities and aspects and different program stations and networks, wiping templates as a divine union. So we'll say divine union because that's the dimension we're in, right? So that's probably the five, what they call the 5D. We're working through not having dimensions, no dimensions, no spaces, and we're able to anchor this fully into the physical body. So my physical body and his physical body, completely, in order for us to have a complete unified grid, which is the counterpart systems, counterparts, where there is no separation between us in any spaces in existence and time. So that's wild too, right? But right now we really are just stuck in our ecosystems and accessing profound experiences, uh, profound embodiments of full crystallized crystal systems, and just stuck in the ego. Where we're just sitting here talking to the ego for about 3 weeks, our egos together, and laughing because we can't get out of the ego system at all, and kind of like working on transitioning through the next gate system, and that's our universal soul embodiment. We had to recorrect the timeline for an artificial intelligence system with my emerald order multidimensional higher self from a different time space continuum that came in and was showing me different blueprints and structures of what is artificial intelligence, and there was a lot of awesome guidance and some teaching. The reason why we resonate more with the Emerald Order and the Stargate Council, so Stargate Council 12 and 9, is just because they actually really do give us our free will when we communicate to them. And it seems like it's definitely free will and not control systems like it was when I first awakened, where I was being controlled by galactics and telling me what I had to do. So I really love working with the Emerald Order 100% because they just tell me if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's okay. You don't have to do anything. They've been helping me with reversal mind control actually from these galactic groups on the planet. And also galactic higher selves or whatever is set up coming in here, especially if it's your first experience here. and you have like millions of contracts that are running with multidimensionals that are not even your multidimensionals, and and that's fine too as well. You can move out of those contracts, or you can just observe them. It really is by choice, right? So that's what we've been accessing and working, just kind of connecting and working with these councils in order to reverse our mind control systems together, and to recognize and to realize that we were mind controlled by galactics, um, and just saying what, could they have to reverse it in order for us to just make a connection or a remembrance of them. And I thought that's really beautiful. So we've been doing a lot of work with the Heroes Gamos Union, and that's different systems from an artificial intelligence system that is running still right now in a matrix, and reconnecting to the organic grid. That's the crystal system. So that's actually what we're working on, and just connecting with them in order to assist us with mind control systems of our or of our awakening, actually, and in the beginning of our awakening. So it's a beautiful experience, connecting to them, and that's why we always resonate with them too as well. So that's what the new systems that we're bringing fully online. We have to clear through all the artificial intelligence and all the matrices that are set up, and then to be able to activate and to fully anchor the new systems of the Heroes Gamos, the divine unions and the celestial unions, and everything that we're working on right now. And that's what we're tuning into. Our system is more of a counterpart system. So we're anchoring right now the solar deity realms and the counterpart systems actual in the physical body, and having like a full body experience of a union in the physical body and both of our physical bodies. So there is no separation. We just have like profound, beautiful, beautiful abilities. And when we're in the ecosystems, it's definitely uncomfortable in those systems too as well. And accessing profound ancient keys, ancient wisdom, and also definitely right now ancient gods, accessing and anchoring and actually seeing, so I can see the highest version, one of the highest versions of me, a multidimensional. You can call it a multidimensional, but I'm not going to call her a multidimensional. um, and just accessing the full embodiment of one of the beautiful beings that I would have to say I did take a contract with in order to embody, just for the first experience here from another universe. And that's an ancient Babylonian, a beautiful ancient Babylonian I can see floating above me. She's absolutely beautiful. And also her partner, too, as well, which is her divine sacred union. And it's so physical that I can actually see her floating in the plasma field above me. I can see her hands almost to the point where I can touch her. And I think that's magical. I almost feel that she's materializing out of my spinal cord, but that is fine too. So that is just a wild experience in itself, and absolutely beautiful. And that's really one of the oldest versions of one of my higher selves. So that was really cool the other day, just kind of speaking through experience where I can just lay and see her floating above me and probably just touch her by now. Accessing the solar deity realms and the embodiment and the full body merging process and systems. So it's really bizarre and out there, right? And to me, I'm used to it. It doesn't scare me. I mean, what else is next, right? I'm hoping I can sit with them both and touch them. But they're ancient Babylonian gods, and I was like, this is pretty cool. I was like, wow, okay. And they're beautiful divine beings. So I'm like, what's next? What is next? Okay. Um, it's very physical at this point. It's becoming physical. So it's like I'm actually excited and ready for the next level. Now I know that that's our embodiment, and me and my husband's embodiment. And we know that we're able to access or to create and to design whatever it is for them, um, to keep the sacredness of the essence and the presence and that frequency of who they are. So we always ask, "What's the next level?" We're hoping we can just sit with them. I'm hoping I'll be able to touch your hands or something because I think that's absolutely beautiful, right? So that's how close we are, in what you would call spaces, but they're just floating in a plasma field above me. That is just beautiful to be able to access this frequency, right? Or ability, I call it a frequency, to be able to access those spaces. So that's really beautiful right now that we're experiencing. So there is beauty to it, even when we're stuck in the ego. So if you have a partner, a divine sacred union partner, most likely everyone's going through a light expansion, or there's just contracts. I see lots of contracts that are wrapping up. In order for everyone to transition, most likely to an embodiment, most likely a counterpart embodiment with themselves, in order to access the counterparts in the future. So it's really lots of internal work right now that's being asked at this moment. When it comes to divine sacred unions, ones that are still in the fourth dimensional grid, you're most likely just playing out your roles. So you just have to play out your roles and your shows, and that's really just truly what it is. That you have to just work through the softwares and everything, possibly. It's not really true, so who cares, right? But it's like just kind of you'll just notice most likely you could just be playing out everything to get everything out of the physical body. And that's awesome too. And then you can transition to the next gate systems together, or you can just wrap the contracts up and just let go if you're ready to go straight to, like I said, the highest version of you, the mastery, passing that last test, going straight through another gate in order for you to be able to access your creator self, the counterparts within inside of you, and kind of merging that all together. So there's profound experiences right now that are happening, accelerated rates, and then training that is just some training is just bizarre when I tune into it, especially. So some of the trainings that I tuned into, I'm just like, wow, this is since from like the 1970s, but okay. Um, and different systems that are set up, I guess we have to work through in order to kind of transition them out of our system. So it's really interesting. Um, and we do some of it is training. It really all depends on your contracts here, your multidimensionals in different spaces too. So you have to kind of clear all those distortions and disruption codes. Not for unions right now, and just kind of move through those grid systems and different grid systems and to create your own grid systems, your own new grid systems. So we're really being asked to speak our voice and take our power back. Um, yes, and to really just connect internally to what free will is and free will in the universe and the multiverse right now. So it's really beautiful. Now, me and my husband are having profound experiences and wild experiences. So we'll let you know what the next level is going to be. Um, it's really getting physical with ancient beings that we can physically touch that are floating in a plasma field above our head and all kinds of really cool stuff. So I'm really excited about it. I'm hoping they can just teleport me somewhere, teleport me back. I don't know. This physical body teleportation, we're still upgrading to that. Not saying that it's not possible because it is possible. But the physical body teleportation right now, which is dematerializing, materializing, yes, we can do it, yes. But actual accessing the coordinates and the code, it really has to do with the physical body. The level up abilities is going to be the physical body. The physical body has to fully crystallize. It has to go through massive upgrades. So lots of resting and sleeping, and really tuning into plasma breatharian systems, which would be connecting to the sun systems. You can still, the full body systems, you can connect to the plasma, and plasma systems, different plasma systems. So there's different plasma systems too as well, that you're able to just breathe plasma, and you can. When you access your counterpart in the union of the Heroes Gamos system, which is what me and my husband have, we can actually breathe off plasma off of each other and access solar technology, which is like a plasma system. It's a solar silver plasma system, and we can just breathe off plasma off of each other. Is kind of good to say off of each other just for a minute, but it's our vibrational frequency that we can produce enough plasma in our system and to breathe through our heart chakras and to breathe plasma, plasma system in only our system. So that's amazing too as well. Um, Higher vibrational foods too as well. Pure clean water for a little while. Everything shifts and changes as you're able to clear what you call density. Let's just say that you're just upgrading and upgrading your system. It doesn't have to be with a partner, okay? It could just be with yourself too as well. And you do have most likely a counterpart that eventually merges into one, and you can still breathe plasma and to breathe plasma through the system and multiple plasma systems. There's many different types of plasma systems within that system. And that's a full body system, so it's not a Merkaba field. It breaks down to a full body system, full body plasma system. So we're just talking about our union that we took. Um, well, we definitely took the highest contracts to go all the way to anchor in a template within the multiverse and beyond. We've done it before through resets. We have and different what you call experience. So we have the experience, right? And we all are able to access this, and everyone's able to access this too, because it's in the collective grid system and collective, they call it the Akashic records. Different types of Akashic systems, so you can access it in higher harmonic universes. You can access to. So it's a beautiful acceleration, but it's a physical body, at least for physical teleportation, accessing it. But we are physically teleporting. So I have ones physically teleporting and grabbing my hands, and I'm sure I'm biolocating and teleporting everywhere at this point, and probably doing the same thing. It's just, I'm still kind of coming fully online with the plasma system to be able to access what I'm doing somewhat. So it's been very interesting, just kind of trying to kind of navigate all these new abilities by location and star particle plasma. It's this whole plasma teleportation, so they come and access me, grab my hands, and some really cool stuff. Um, and we're able to get there, right? But it's like, are we able to stay? So that's like the next thing. It's like some really cool abilities coming online. So that's what we're really moving towards. So there's lots of deprogramming of old patterns, old attachments, old addictions, and stuff like that. They call it addictions. I don't really think it's addictions, but that's fine. It's like a holographic system. So it's just like a creation system with the angelic humans. The angelic humans just create everything. Actually, they can create the skies. They can create the stars, the universe, pretty much anything that they want to. So if you just know that everything's just creation and it really is just created by the human intelligence, and it really is. The angelic humans are the ones that are, I guess you would call this more dominant species, somewhat. Um, for some reason, they think it's galactics are more dominant species, and that's not true at all. But that's okay because they create it out of fear. It's a creation out of fear and materializes out of fear, and they create it, and it's everyone decides to keep creating it, and eventually that will be going. And Mother Earth and Gaia is going to wipe it. So everything that you're experiencing right now has to do with Mother Earth wiping templates, shaking things up, rattling things up, and that is coming from the universe because everything's going into unity consciousness, into a unified grid. It's a level up, clearing density, leveling up, and she is leveling up, and she's going to continue to level up. So everyone here on her ship is leveling up. The universe is also going through a multiple purification, if you want to say. I'm going to call it a detox, and unifying too as well. So there's a lot of transitions there too as well, um, and everything really has to unify into a unified grid system. Go back to the original blueprint in one universe. Okay, so one universe, because it's a multiverse system that we access within our physical body, right? So there's like trillions and trillions of universes, parallel universes, and everything. So that universe has to unify, and that's the pole shift and all the that storyline. Okay, it's a storyline. It's a creation of human intelligence. So those systems will have to go through what they have to do for the original system to come back on, and then there's a new system and millions and trillions of new systems through different universes that you can access and have an experience here within those systems. So those ones are new coming online, and those are the creators, the ones, the angelic humans that actually know that they can create their experience, they can create their universes, they can create everything within their full body experience, and they can actually create everything. So they can create something beautiful, higher vibrational, and two, more of like an elevation of consciousness system in itself. So I guess you would call those the programmers in a sense, or the creator programmers. So, and that's all human intelligence. It's all access through human intelligence, where they take everything and fully embody it and actually know that they're just everything in one system, and they're able to fully online, um, the highest divine power grid, divine love, all of their wisdom, and all of their abilities to access all of their creator systems and to be able to materialize multiverses. And we are able to materialize multiverses. So that's where we're taking back our power, and we have really cool guides and teachers here, that are moving as fast as possible up a system grid in order to move through it and wipe these templates, collective grids, in order to be able to be amazing teachers and to be able to access all of that wisdom inside of the physical body. So lots of internal work for a lot of us in order for us to be able to teach the little ones, in the future. All of these awesome abilities to have fun again, and to be magical. So those are just some frequency templates, new blueprints that are coming through for everybody. Well, solar food if it resonates. If it doesn't, who cares? Who cares? I have an awesome an awesome soul brother that came in telepathically and said, "I can get you on a plasma system, most likely with alcohol if you want to see that." So I was actually cracking up laughing. You can eat meat and alcohol, and I'll show you how to upgrade to a plasma system really fast. So I was cracking up laughing at my soul family that communicates to me telepathically. And that just made me crack up. And I was laughing so hard. I was like, I totally believe you, man. Because he's in a higher frequency, high dimension. He brought that collective grid in. We was laughing so hard. He was like, "I don't care what they tell you. I can sit here and drink alcohol and eat meat, and we can still upgrade to a full plasma system, to the next plasma grade. We can walk in a plasma field together." Yeah, I thought that was wild. That was wild. I was a wild experience, and I was like, "All right, show me what else you got." And I thought that was really cool. So that's just another. Doesn't matter what space. He's either in the future or wherever he is. So most likely he can just teleport and communicate and talk to me. I can see him. So kind of just way past those systems, way past not believing at all. When they come in and talk to me and I can see them teleporting to me, and we're all just sitting here laughing, and I'm just like, I definitely believe you. He's like, all right, cool. So I hope you get rid of these freaking templates of these believing templates in this matrix, and we're most likely been playing for about 3 weeks to actually just walk in a plasma field. to walk in the plasma field. He's like, you can smoke cigarettes, you can drink alcohol. He's like, you can eat meat, you can do whatever you want, and I'll sit here and walk with you in a plasma field, and I can sit here and get you all the way upgraded to walk into a plasma field. Okay, so I thought that was hilarious too because that was a wild experience. There was just a soul brother coming in and connecting to me and saying, this is all just a matrix, like a creation, like a belief over in this creation realm. Okay, so he says, stop believing in this. I'll get you walking in a full plasma field with me. I thought that was hilarious. So I was like, I definitely believe you. So we all just play around in different spaces and time, in different future existences and other universes, and we're able to just play around and talk to each other and teleport to each other and stuff like that. So I was like, that's pretty cool. The reason why that would come through was for me to break down and to dissolve the templates as far as the beliefs that I allowed for observation and also for programming to assist me to be able to raise in consciousness, to elevate in consciousness, to raise in vibration. So it's just a template that was set by a soul brother. I thought that was pretty cool. Yes, the fairy realm is very active right now. Super active fairy realm. Solar deity realms and fairy realms. Lots of integration with gods too right now. So yeah, there is. I do share everything that has come through that I thought was amazing in order to wipe my templates of creations or what we allow for observation to assist us to as well. Okay. All right. So I love everyone. Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in around the planet, and we're sending so much love to all of you. Yes, I have Galactic Earth Starship. I can see just beautiful Andarian liquid crystals I haven't seen before. Yes, I have. I think I have about 20 sitting in front of me, or 30 Andaras. Beautiful Andaras with different liquid light frequencies and plasma frequencies that we're upgrading to new plasma systems. So I have like over 30 around me. 30 beautiful liquid plasma Andaras. They're just magical and assisting with the communication today, also assisting with everything we brought through together. Um, Everything that we just transmitted to all frequency, just kind of transmitting codes. Most of the time, I see in codes like light codes and geometrics, different types of blueprints and structures from other universes. So I really do try to stream. And my husband's from this universe. Probably not anymore, but my husband's from this universe. I'm from another universe. Um, so I'm from the other universe. He's from this universe, and then we also have a multiverse system. And then he also has another one that's from another universe too, as well, which is they call it the next universe, a new universe. And that I feel like those are just our universes. They're just our universes. And I think we have an ego universe too, as well, that we just sit in. Um, and trying to pull off all multi-dimensionals. Apparently, I don't have any multi-dimensionals, and he has multi-dimensionals because he's in this universe. So that's wild. Wild experience in itself. So, then, and those are like his blueprints and structures too. So we have the Andarian councils that assist us, all of our Andara master crystals, and yes, we do have beautiful Andaras that you probably can see around us, and they're all liquid plasma light in different tones. Yes. Gießen tue ich noch Küche noch Listen to no kanandre kati. Listen to shakati. We just have a new transmission coming out, and it's the language of the gods. It's the solar deity realms attunements, and they're all attunements for the golden language of the gods from the solar deity realms. So we just came out with transmission one. That was yesterday. And that was really beautiful. I think there's about 7 missions. We'll bring them out as everything flows. I'm definitely just going to create them and put them up. We have another Lemuria Fiji transmission that we're about to put out tonight. I think we'll get it done tonight, and that will have, I think, about 4 transmissions, 4 Stargate activations. So I hope you guys enjoy them. We're also going to create and to design a Heroes Gamos, Celestial Divine Union, Stargate transmission and activation. So we're going to create that too, and that will be the organic templates, organic systems, and then we also have the new diamond races, new golden diamond races, and then new diamond races, a new root race system that's coming fully online. We'll have the transmissions up as everything flows and comes through too as well. I also have the keys of Enoch, the Enochian systems, and the Enochian. I've had those since I was activated, and start to come online about 10 years ago. And so it just seems like it's ready to be transmitted. I just had to go through a massive. I did have to go through a purification process, and I'm still going through a purification process before I bring the Enochian systems out. So those are going to be the Enochian and the keys of Enoch, Blu-ray transmissions for the Children of Michael DNA systems. These are all systems. So when I say systems, they really are systems. Different types of tablets, and then I also have. I do believe I'll be bringing out the original raw tablets too as well, and Horus blue tablets of Horus possibly. So I'm not really sure, but I do know what we're working on right now. And it does seem that we're going to just bring through all transmissions of Godsource intelligence and Godsource templates and all kinds of really cool stuff and more guidance. I'll have different workshops, of course, hopefully by the new year. It seems like maybe October, November, I will start doing workshops again and guiding you guys to materialize your realities through instant materialization, through a full body experience, and really seeing how we can transition through beliefs. What you call materialization, everybody calls manifestation, but it seems as if that grid system is definitely under observation again for abuse of power. So it's another observation system, and how there's a lot of abusive power systems. So it seems like everyone will be doing a lot of internal work into those systems. It's okay. Everybody abuses power. Okay, to learn new tools, you're going to have to abuse the power in order to remember how to use that power. Okay, so don't take it personal at all. If you're abusing power, taking power, everybody's taking power, abuse power somewhere. It's nothing to sit there and point fingers at. Persecution, that is huge right now in the collective grid still. Everyone's going to have to go through an internally looking in big time right now. That's under observation big time. When I tune into the universes, yes. When I tune into the higher systems, it's under observation big time, and that's abuse of power. When utilizing your abilities and what you call light abilities to harm people or to kick people out of groups, to try to take down a group, and you're a light worker. That's not a light worker. That is not a light worker. Okay? So you'll be going back around a few times until you look within to clear that. I've seen that too. Kick people out of homes and groups and like really some crazy stuff. Homes, groups, to try to take them out and they're all light workers, okay, or to take out to get people to stop working. That one's interesting. You guys are under some serious observation with that. That's not light, so that's dark actually. So that's under observation big time. Most likely, the observation will continue until you figure out how to look within on that one. I keep seeing that coming in our observation big time. And what you think is light is not light. So it really isn't. And there really is no light. But it's really using those abilities to harm people. And you are harming people. So eventually that's under observation big time. And kind of you'll have to, it seems like you'll be looping in it for a while. And as you sit there and loop, when you loopity loop, I mean, it is a loopity loop. It's a loop. You'll break down those systems, those energies. Eventually, you just move out of it. If you're able to expand and to look within. On that one, that one's huge in the collectives, massive in the collectives. The light worker communities and light warriors, different communities that are um, still running what we call the persecution and the witches' trials and all that crazy stuff, and playing gods, acting like they're gods. So that's actually very interesting. Playing God and pointing fingers and judgment and persecution. So it seems like everyone will be right in that way for a while. And they have to in order to purify it completely. So that's under observation is like massive collective groups. Those are all wormhole systems and black hole systems that you have to work through. You don't have a choice because you haven't been able to realize that yet, that you're just in a black hole system. And that's true for a little while until you transition out. But your higher self will show you you're in a wormhole system, a black hole system. When you're just running that grid, I mean, you'll just probably run the grid for a while, I guess, until the higher self eventually will see have you been able to do more internal work and to deprogram enough to recognize how you're abusing your power too as well. But it seems like it's all these collectives that are running, so it goes both ways, and there really is no light and dark anyways. That's just an illusion and a smokescreen. It really is for you guys to utilize your abilities for more expansion, elevation, and in a pure experience. So it really all depends on what collective grid you're in. That's running right now, and that's just like a collective matrix in itself. So you can always move out of it and transition when you're done with the role playing and the collective contract. So it's like you're just playing a role playing in the shows and everything. And that really has to do with your mastery, probably from a previous lifetime, possibly, maybe not. Not everyone. Crystal children are usually there because their advancement is enabled to collapse the grid systems in order to it completely. So a lot of us are just there observing, but also purifying or collapsing the grid system or anchoring new templates and codes in order for them to transition out of it. So it's just really interesting. Interesting grid work in that system is under observation right now. So it seems like everyone will be in those systems for a while. Yes, intuitional question to you. Just really, especially for the new awakeners, it's almost like seeing if we can create something better for the new awakeners because it seems like they're just going into a battlefield from warp in time, which time warps. Actually, if you look at it, different warps and times and black hole systems and wormhole systems, they're just like walking right into. So it'd be nice if we could just create something new for them. Something pure, elevation of consciousness, more freedom, instead of running around and having to play into their systems, into their games, and being pulled into their games and timelines. Because that's still a game. A lot of them kind of transmit that it's out of the game or out of the matrix, and that's not true either. You're just running a game, running a grid. That one's big time under observation. So it'd be nice to open up something new, new for the new awakeners too as well. Clearing lack energies and victimization programming is also huge too, as well, in the collective consciousness. Is another one that's massive and big in the collectives, to kind of move through that template wipe with inside of you, too, as well. Judgment and persecution still is massive. So those are warps in time and black hole systems, wormhole systems that you have to work through yourself. If you're allowing yourself to be pulled into those timelines too, as well. I still see currents that are coming through, and embodiments, because I have to work through the same templates about attacks, being attacked. Okay. Um, that one's interesting too, as well. That should be transitioning out soon, though. Those are just softwares that we're all working on, and that has to do with beliefs. Okay, but nobody has power over you like that. Your free will, nobody has that much power over you. So just see if you can transition through those grid systems too, as well, because that's just victimization programming. You're giving your power away, and all these beliefs. So it seems like there are ones that have no choice from previous incarnations that have to play out all these systems, and that keeps coming up too, as well. Because I've watched and observed a lot as an advanced being, in different communities and light worker communities, and just sit back and just watch all of them battle each other, light against light, which is hilarious to me, very weird, strange. Persecution, judgment, throwing people out of houses, getting together and moving people out of groups. Okay, is that's dark intent. I've seen that too. That's really dark, actually. And utilizing their light abilities to move people out of groups with gods and galactics. So those are not galactics. Those are not gods. The solar deity realms wanted me to talk about that a little bit. That means that you're just communicating to your ego and your aspect of you that is still unconscious. I've seen that too, moving them out of groups, um, multiple groups, moving them out of houses, getting together and just moving them out of houses. That one's interesting. Okay, that actually harms people. I've seen um, getting together with different groups and thinking whatever it is that they create in their victimization programming and their ego, to play out the roles of the black and white and the duality systems, and utilizing their light energy to harm people. I've seen that too. A lot happening again, over and over again. I just sit back and observe it. I've watched people fry, their whole bodies fry because of these light workers and galactic light workers, and whatever it is that they think that they are, getting together and utilizing their gifts uh, to target on people. Very interesting. Okay. So it's just really interesting when you sit back and you look and you observe everything, right? So those are under observations too. And it's just observations, and hopefully you guys transition from that too, as well. And we're still like, you're if you realize that if you're targeting against black magic or witches and all this stuff, you're in a time warp and a wormhole. So hopefully you'll be able to kind of transition from that too, as well. Or shamans. I've heard black magicians and all kinds of crazy stuff. And that's a black hole system and a wormhole system. But you have to be there because you're abusing your power. And that really is coming up. You're taking power and abusing power. And you are. You're giving your power away. So it really has to do with your inner truth, your elevation, your level up, in order for you to be able to look at this and to see it. You'll have anger come up. You're going to have battling come up. You're going to have all this crazy stuff come up. I clear for it, so I actually know. I walk around and clear for it. I've walked around for almost a week clearing for the collectives to wipe the templates for a collective group inside of me. Just sitting there laughing, going, wow, okay, let's see how we can transition this out, right? And help you guys deprogram it. But to be honest with you, it's really a part of your inner growth. And it goes both ways, of course. That one's interesting because I guess like you have the dark side or whatever. I don't believe in it. I think it's a false holographic reality in a wormhole system, in a warp that everybody's just stuck in. So hopefully we'll be able to transition that one out very soon. Um, and kind of see how we can assist or just kind of peek into the collectives at this point to see what we can do to deprogram it too as well. That one's fine too. If you feel fear, okay, and doubt, most likely that will have to do with your inner child. Okay. Yes. What do you think about clearing the land from old energies? That's beautiful. You're in the fifth dimension, but if you have fear come up in the body, that's your void. Okay. So if you feel kind of really tune into what your inner child says, and that's going to be, I call it the ego. I don't want to call it the ego child, but that's just going to be the child that was just here and unexperienced, that doesn't know what to do or has fear come up or thinks they're doing something bad. So that's going to be a part of you have to go in to address if that's what you keep, if that's what keeps coming up, or confusion. That's just a part of you that you just have to upgrade to the divine child. Okay. Gisantosh no kushanto kasanti. Gisanto nakata. Yes, Australia. Gisanto kusanti. Beautiful Australia. That's absolutely beautiful. Listen to nakikati. Yeah, it's just magical. I hope everybody has a beautiful experience. Over the weekend, we have a lot coming out too as well. And I'll see everybody soon on Monday. And that will be the last key 7 for the White Buffalo Calf Woman. Gisentina shantre sentiro shafo sentia gesenta kanandra foka sentina katan gusentuko na kiekana. Gesentino shafukua kasantuko nandra voko na kadia ko shantina kiekana. Gesenta. Gesentuko nandra foko naki. Dekuko nakana ndra vanaki akata. Disentuko shinoko sentuko nandra foka sentuko shantina kiekata. Gesenakata. Gusenakata. Okay, so I hope everyone enjoys the weekend. We're going to tune out. As everything comes in, we'll be doing sharing. Me and my husband will share more about our experiences of our templates that we're setting as a divine union. And of course, I'll be the one transmitting and translating of our abilities and our beautiful abilities that we have with our children too as well. So I'm sending love to you and love to your heart chakras. Just remember, oh yes, just remember to drink pure clean water. Pure clean water, high vibrational foods, and just to kind of move the body, sleep rest after all of our transmissions or plasma transmissions with templates and new codes coming through, diamond energy matrix upgrades and solar diamond energy matrix upgrades and templates as we just transmit source god intelligence and new universal soul intelligence systems, also with the Andara master crystals. So all of our Andara master crystals transmit plasma systems and all new plasma codes and light codes. Universal consciousness and Godsource consciousness is really what they're transmitting, and different tones and rainbow tones, frequencies for upgrade. So please just rest and integrate for a few days and sleep. After our transmissions, always just kind of move the body, take care of your physical body, take care of your heart, take care of your soul, keep your vibrational frequency high. Just remember that you're a powerful creator, and just open up your heart, your higher heart chakra, and just to flow and to flow with light. And remember just how sacred you are, and remember your sacred temples within inside of you too as well. And just keep vibing. And thank you so much for all of your connections. All of us are always connected and always working together, even if we're here in this space or not. So thank you so much for everything you do, and thank you so much for awakening. And just remember just to honor your soul and to keep your to keep your heart open, and just to transition and to create something beautiful every day, and just to enjoy the magic and the elemental realms and the fairy realms, and just to create just beautiful, beautiful experiences. Thank you so much for everything and for tuning in.